So, hi everyone, my name is Dotan, and I'm going to present the future of full stack web development. And as you can see, I will demonstrate it with Angular 2 and Meteor 1.3. As might a part of you know some facts about Angular or Meteor, each one of them has great features and great advantages, and I'm just about to tell you about a whole new world of combining them together and working them together. So a bit about me. My name is Dotan. I'm a guild member, the guild that we just heard about from David. We're a guild of programmers. We work each one as a freelance. And I'm also an Angular-Meteor contributor. I worked on the Angular-Meteor 1, and now I work on Angular 2 Meteor. Let's start with the Meteor. As we heard before, one of the greatest criticism on Meteor was that the fact that it has its own packages system instead of NPM. NPM, as might of part of you know, it's a great package system, and it provides a lot of great functionality. And most of the Node.js developers know how to use NPM. So when Node.js developers wants to use Meteor, they struggled with the new packages system instead of just work with the existing one. They already know. Meteor 1.3 provides new features, great features. One of them is NPM support and support the node modules. As I said, NPM, for those of you who don't know it yet, it's the most popular packages system, and it provides the packages for client-side and server-side for both of them. It just brings the packages, it does not load it or anything else, it just brings the packages to your app. It also can resolve dependencies. It has many other great features that you could use. It also has some disadvantages, some cons that Meteor tried to solve using Atmosphere, its own packages system. And the Meteor 1.3, they didn't solve this using NPM. They just brought you the ability to use NPM in your apps. So using NPM in your apps doesn't require anything special. Just update your Meteor version to 1.3, and then you can use it. It does not force you to use NPM. You can just use Atmosphere, just like you used to. So with NPM comes another great feature. Meteor implemented CommonJS specification. So you can just use require to load your modules. It has very great things comes with it, starting with modules isolation. So each module can handle its own variables and configuration and everything else. There is no need to use the global scope anymore. You can just use the package scope, and each package can export some variables to another packages. So that's Meteor 1.3. As already said before, there are more great features in Meteor 1.3. I just covered this one because I will explain later how to use it with Angular 2. Let's summarize Meteor 1.3. It's still in beta, but in the end of this month, the release is expected. And it's already pretty solid, so there won't be any more breaking changes or something like that. It has NPM support and CommonJS with ES6 modules. So Meteor took CommonJS specification, implemented it, and just enriched it with another feature that comes from ES6 modules. Then you can, instead of use the require method from from the common JS specification, you can just import your modules with the import. Just you can see here. So that's Meteor. Let's move to Angular 2. I'll tell you about some new features, and later we'll talk how to connect them together. So Angular 2, also still in beta, but it's pretty solid in the last 2 years or so. Angular team make great effort to provide a full working framework, a whole new Angular. It does not have any backward compatibility to Angular 1. It's a whole new world. As I said, it's beta, but yes, it's solid, and you can use it right now. Angular 2 is faster, it's simpler, and it's better. Yeah. Instead of DDO, you get annotations, and it's better in some ways. Another feature we can use when writing Angular 2 application is to write our code in TypeScript. So just a little brief about TypeScript for those of you who doesn't know it yet. TypeScript is, this is the line from their own definition. It's a strict superset of JavaScript and adds optional static typings and class-based objects. So it's ES6 with another great features. We need to remember that it's compiled to regular JavaScript because the browsers does not support all of this feature right now, maybe in the future. And Angular 2 written in TypeScripts, and recommend you to use TypeScripts to write your new applications. So now let's talk about connecting between those two awesome frameworks. So as we said, Angular provides us great features, great UI features, dependency injection, the perfect bindings, and some more. And Meteor provides us the data synchronization, the server-side code, the code sharing, and the data collection, and much more. So just before we talk about Angular 2, this is not a new thing. Angular-Meteor already exists with Angular 1. So you can use it now. It's stable, it has a great community, great features, and it's provided really the full solution to use Angular and Meteor without the struggle and trying to connect them and synchronizing the data and displaying out of the box. So in Angular 2 Meteor, we just improved Angular-Meteor. And there is a whole new Angular-Meteor with new features, and let's talk about it now. So Angular 2 Meteor provides three simple things. It's the data, the synchronization between Angular and Meteor, and the handling of the templates, the HTML templates, because Angular templates need special treatment, and improved TypeScript compiler that adds TypeScript support to Meteor with a lot of great features like caching to provide a faster build. That we all know that it's not so fast in Meteor, but it's better with caching the compiled files. Another feature, just like in Angular 1 Meteor, it's the authentication support and so much more. I hope you use it and try it so you can see all the new features. Another thing about Angular 2 Meteor is that Angular 2 Meteor's tutorial is the most comprehensive tutorial to Angular 2. You can start with the getting started, the very basic application, add forms, validation, data synchronization, connect to server side, Google Maps, pagination, even some mobile support. Starting from the very basic app to a full application that can work in production. So we'll move on to a little code example. In this example, we'll create a simple Angular 2 Meteor application, just with a basic view. We displayed a list of data that we have in the server side, and let's see it. So to scaffold the new application, we'll use Meteor Create, just like any other Meteor application. We use Meteor CLI and ecosystem to create our application. We run npm init to create a new application that uses npm and Node.js. Our next step is to add the compilers. The compilers is still needed to be installed from the atmosphere, so we run Meteor add. And then we can just use npm just like we used to, those of you who used. Just npm install Angular 2 and npm install Angular 2 Meteor, and we can now use them both in just a few commands. So this is how a very basic application looks like. The imports are regular. We used Meteor to import our packages. And as you can see, we create a component, we add a view, and we just add hello world or something like that. Very simple application. And then we bootstrap our app with the app selector. As you can see, we imported the bootstrap from, for those of you who already tried Angular 2, you need to import Angular 2/bootstrap module and bootstrap your application with it. We use here a different bootstrap method, which comes from the Angular 2 Meteor Auto Bootstrap package. And this package actually does the connection. It connects Meteor and Angular and provides the ability to use the feature of Angular 2 Meteor. Another feature it provides, it set the default, it's added to Angular differs the default handle, which means that we use just cursor from Meteor, as we used to, and every change or every modification to the data will notify Angular. So you do not need to handle anything special, just need to create your data. We just we'll see it here. Just create a regular collection. And our next step is to add it to our component, and we can just use it. You can see that we define, this is TypeScript. We define the type of our variable, and we use the collection we just created to find all of the data, and that's it. The return value of the find function is not an array, it's a cursor, but Angular 2 Meteor does that for you. You do not need to handle anything special or fetch the data or to do anything like that. You just need to use it. So this is how we use it. ng4 is a directive from Angular 2, and you can just iterate your data of parties and display its name, and that's it. You just get the data. Angular 2 Meteor provides lots of new features and great features for creating an application. We try to find all of the common things that every application needs today. One of them is the authentication. So another package we provide is the Angular 2 Meteor Accounts UI package, which provides a basic login and sign up. So you can use it out of the box. Just use it like that. You need to install it, of course, npm install Angular 2 Meteor Accounts UI. And then you can just use it. You should declare to Angular that you're going to use it. Just import it and then use it in the directives. And then in your view file, just use it as a directive. So that's it. We created in 5 minutes an application with data synchronization, with server-side, client-side. We connect them both. We also have a list of the data, and we have login buttons that provide us the ability to log in and sign up. So that's the very getting started of Angular 2 Meteor. So I'm part of the Angular-Meteor team. I'm a contributor. And I would like to tell you about how to help us. First, use it. Angular 2 Meteor is already exists. You can use it. Just need to install it. It's not a future thing. You can install it right now. It's based on the latest versions of Angular and Meteor. It already provides the ability to use Meteor 1.3. And if you do not want to install it now, you can already use Angular 2 Meteor without Meteor 1.3, and it works. That's it. Any questions?
For me, Angular and Meteor is I think it's an overkill, because Meteor is reactive enough. So, and this is JavaScript and this is JavaScript. So what are the benefits of using Angular within Meteor?
So the question was why to use Angular as a UI framework, and I think it's an overkill, and Meteor provides anything that there is in Angular. Am I right?
It is reactive now.
Awesome. Oh, so it's reactive now.
I can do this example in each loop.
So right now, the application you create with Meteor comes with Blaze.
Yeah.
Blaze, in the future, it won't be developed anymore. And right now, Meteor suggests you to use another UI frameworks. Angular is one of them. You can also use React or anything else you like. It's your personal preference. It's not. There is no best practice for that.
So it switches Blaze. It replaces Blaze.
Yes, it's instead of Blaze.
Ah, okay.
And you get the power of Angular.
Okay.
It's not just the bindings and the UI templates. You get much more, like filters, pipes, and a lot of great features you get from Angular.
Okay.
1 and 2.
Thank you.
Is MDG backing Angular? You spoke about the fact that there's kind of stock numbers on Blaze.
And we can't hear you.
Sorry. You spoke about the fact that MDG are telling people not to use Blaze anymore, to write React. Are they also backing Angular officially, or is it purely community backed?
Yeah, a few months ago, Meteor declared that Angular is one of the frameworks that's supported, and it's not Angular-Meteor not provided you by Meteor, but you can use it, and Meteor supports the development of Angular-Meteor.
So does that mean, because they're talking about also bringing GraphQL and things like that, does that mean that Angular will work right away with GraphQL, or just React will start?
Yeah, this work we would need to do in Angular-Meteor to provide you the full experience of using the whole Meteor features, and you'll have it. Don't worry.
What's your opinion on the Angular React debate? Why did you choose to continue with Angular?
Actually, I think it's a hard question. It's a hard question, and the question is why to use Angular 2 and not use React. Actually, I think I come from the Angular world, and I think that Angular provides features that are great and useful, and I think that React provides the same, or even maybe the best, but I think that you should choose the best framework that you need to a project. Each one of the frameworks has its own benefits, and it has another features. You should choose what is best for you.
Are you guys in your practice working with, collaborating with someone in Angular? I mean, do you work closely with someone in Angular?
Yeah, the question is if we work close to the Angular team and if we work together. So yes, of course. There are many features that needed to look really inside Angular, and we use the Angular team to learn much more and to provide you the best solution.
Just there was a few more questions from the YouTube channel. So one question was about SEO, I think, right? So, so the first question about SEO. So about SEO. So there's a project called Angular Universal that actually lets you render. Angular 2.0 has a renderer, and then you can, which means you can render Angular to anything you like. It's not just the DOM, but you can render to React Native or to NativeScript or whatever you want. So one of the solutions that it gives you can render actually to a string on the server, and then you gain two things. One is SEO. It means that if a bot is coming to your website, you can instantly serve whatever content you want with render it inside the server. And the second thing is you can make the initial load much faster. So it's already in progress, but this is something that we just need to connect and implement also in Meteor. There's already a solution, I think, for Express that Patrick.js did. So if anyone wants to help us, we would love to, and if not, we will get to that very soon. The second question was about, I think, React and Meteor 1.3. So, I'm part of the Vue team in Meteor. The other part of the Vue team in Meteor is called Evan. He's the creator of Vue.js. And we're working together also on the React integration. There's already a working example, and if you want to help, then you can just start using it and follow the branches of the React packages in Meteor, or and you can help and pull request this thing and see how it goes, and yeah, just try Meteor 1.3 and React. Yeah, thank you.